What does a typical Vietnamese rural family home look like? When many people think of Vietnam, they often think of crowded, narrow cities, millions of motorbikes and cars on the streets, high-rise buildings, and a very fast-paced, noisy life. But today, I'd like to take you to a very different part of Vietnam. It's quiet, peaceful, and far from the noise, but life here is full of joy and happiness. This is the countryside, the cradle where generations of Vietnamese grew up before leaving for the big cities to make a living. And today, it's still home to millions of people who live here every day. Right here is a typical countryside home of an ordinary Vietnamese family. Calm, simple, and beautifully quiet. The first thing that surprises many foreigners when visiting rural Vietnam is that a countryside house is rarely just a house. Instead, it feels more like a miniature ecosystem. Everything a family needs to live and thrive is packed into one single space. There's the main living quarters, a spacious courtyard for drying rice or gathering, a lush vegetable garden, a small livestock area, and very often a freshwater fish pond. This is a fascinating contrast to the West, where living spaces and production areas are usually kept completely separate. But here, life, nature, and livelihood blend seamlessly into one. Another unique thing you'll notice is the sheer number of vehicles. In almost every household, you'll find 3 to 4 motorbikes or electric scooters. Basically, every single family member has their own wheels. But it doesn't stop there. Many families also own specialized agricultural vehicles for farming, and when harvest season comes, they bring everything home, turning that spacious courtyard right in front of the house into a lively private processing yard. Take a look at this front courtyard. In the cramped, crowded cities, a space like this is considered a luxury that money can't easily buy. In modern cities or Western countries, bathrooms and toilets are almost always built indoors, enclosed within the main living space. But out here in the Vietnamese countryside, things are done a bit differently. Thanks to the abundance of land and open space, many families choose to build their restrooms in a completely separate area, away from the main house. It might surprise you at first, but it actually offers a much more comfortable, airy, and refreshing experience, keeping the living quarters purely for relaxing. Just a few steps away, you'll find the chicken coops. They are simply built with rustic makeshift roofs right within the family's property. This means whenever they want a fresh, organic meal, it's always available right in their backyard. Step inside and you'll find that the interior is remarkably simple. There are no luxury furnishings, no expensive gadgets, and no flashy decor. But what this house lacks in material wealth, it more than makes up for in what truly matters: space for family. Here, multiple generations often live under one roof or just a stone's throw away. Grandparents, parents, and children share their daily lives together. This creates a profound, unspoken connection, a beautiful bond that is slowly fading away in many parts of our modern world. Another traditional feature is the kitchen. Usually, it's not built inside the main house like in modern designs. Instead, you'll find a separate kitchen structure dedicated solely to cooking. This helps keep the smoke, heat, and strong cooking aromas away from the main living areas. Now, let's leave the quiet countryside home behind and head into the heartbeat of the community, the local market. This place is incredibly lively, bustling, and bursting with energy. It's light years away from the sterile, quiet supermarkets you might be used to. Here, local women sit right on the curbside, displaying their freshly picked vegetables on simple makeshift stalls or woven baskets. There are no barcodes or price tags, just friendly chats, local gossip, and the authentic charm of rural Vietnamese life. But here's the real magic of this local market. It has absolutely everything you could ever need. Don't let the simple setup fool you. This place functions like an open-air supermarket. In just one stroll, you can find fresh meat and seafood, colorful tropical fruits, clothes, kitchen tools, and even traditional street food. It's a one-stop shop, but with a vibrant atmosphere that no modern shopping mall could ever replicate. You'll be amazed by how self-sufficient this place is. They have absolutely everything here, from fresh vegetables and fruits to meat, poultry, and fresh seafood.
Dạ. Được chứ gì?
Now let's actually buy some fruit to see how the transaction works here. All I need to do is pick out the ones I like and wait to pay. Even though there are no formal lines or crowd barriers like in a supermarket, there is still an unwritten rule of courtesy here. You just have to be mindful, pay attention to who came first, and wait for your turn with a smile. All I need to do is pick out the ones I like and wait to pay. Even though there are no formal lines or crowd barriers like in a supermarket, there is still an unwritten rule of courtesy here. You just have to be mindful, pay attention to who came first, and wait for your turn with a smile.
10.000 đấy.
Now let's fast forward a bit. Just a short walk from that traditional market, you'll find a mini mart like this one. I'm going to grab a few items inside to show you the fascinating differences between a local mom-and-pop grocery store and a modern mini supermarket in rural Vietnam. It's a beautiful clash of the old and the new. Let's see how they compare.
Nhà em trên đi về nó phải lo nhìn lại cửa hàng cái chồng mình được ổn ngon hết chứ.
Now let's fast forward a bit. Just a short walk from that traditional market, you'll find a mini mart like this one. I'm going to grab a few items inside to show you the fascinating differences between a local mom and pop grocery store and a modern mini supermarket in rural Vietnam. It's a beautiful clash of the old and the new. Let's see how they compare. Now let's fast forward a bit. Just a short walk from that traditional market, you'll find a mini mart like this one. I'm going to grab a few items inside to show you the fascinating differences between a local mom and pop grocery store and a modern mini supermarket in rural Vietnam. It's a beautiful clash of the old and the new. Let's see how they compare. Alright, time to hop on the bike and head back home. Today was just a small glimpse into the quiet, simple, yet deeply fulfilling life here in the Vietnamese countryside. If you enjoyed this peaceful journey and want to see more hidden gems of Vietnam, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure. Bye for now.